Yeah,
She didn't pick up.
she didn't, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go. Thanks, Rick. Let us bow our heads, please. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for these assembled here to do the work of Jefferson County today. Dear Lord, as we begin to deliberate and do this work, Lord, please give us the wisdom, the strength, the courage, and the guidance to do things that are benefiting and to all of our citizens. Dear Lord, touch each of us with your healing hands. The pandemic is still amongst us, and people are hurting. Give them the strength, the courage, and the guidance to follow their healthcare professionals to do the right thing to help end this. Dear Lord, thank you. Thank you for giving us this group of people to work together, and thank you for your kindness to Jefferson County. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Go ahead.
All right, good morning, commissioners, staff, and department. Community Development and Human Resource Services Committee, I have nothing for the coroner. Department of Community Service and Workforce Development, I have Dr. Hamilton, and we will be pulling some of the shelters off of the agenda.
That'll be items 1 through 3, 8 through 14.
One, we're gonna keep
1 through 3, and 8 through 14.
okay.
I move that.
Second,
Second. That was on 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, what are we voting on now?
that's 4, 5, 6, and 7, Mr. Jackson.
Those will stay, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will stay on.
4, 5, 6, and 7 will stay.
I thought that's what the motion was.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay, items 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's been first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that item passes. Okay. Okay, we have nothing from family court youth detention. Ms. Gear.
No, but that's their health services requirement for the residents.
I move 1 and 2.
Second.
Items 1 and 2 for youth detention has been first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. That ends my report.
Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and do mine. Mine's gonna be very simple this time. Roads and transportation, office planning design. Memo number 2, about a bicycle and pedestrian.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Has a resolution, Theo, from King and Spalding for engagement of King and Spalding. Is this the one you were talking about that's related to the sewer?
Right.
You want to discuss that at all?
Professional service.
I move it. All right, he moves it. How about adding
Second.
minutes to it?
I move 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sheriff, helicopter maintenance agreement. This has been sitting out there for a while.
Hey, hold up, Jimmy.
What?
I don't like the way you ran through that, but you heard me trying to.
I didn't hear you at all. I'm sorry.
I'll just, Theo, can I'll ask you after the meeting?
Well, no, you can ask me.
No, I'll ask because it's gonna be a long conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
For the sheriff, helicopter maintenance agreement.
Didn't we do one of these recently?
The flange, we took care of that. That was for the flanges, helicopter flanges, keep the wings, the propellers on. This the Tennessee Valley, they do our work on the helicopters. They're going to, the engine that's going to be replaced. Money's already been allocated for that, a couple of funds. They're going to be the ones handling that for us. So,
Well, and that was my question, is this already budgeted in your budget?
yes, it is.
So this is not new money?
No, this is not, no.
This is a scheduled,
Yes,
R&R, remove and replace.
right.
But is Tennessee Valley new, or is this just a continuation?
Continuation, yeah.
I'll move the item.
Second.
Moving second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Commissioners, had this resolution that I spoke to you just a minute ago about swapping the, terminating the grant to Martintown Community Organization. And all funds allocated for that grant will be directed to the Eastern Valley Fire District for the purpose of adding lighting around the Martintown Storm Shelter and Community Center parking area.
How much?
$3,600.
I'll make a motion for immediate consideration of the one
Yeah.
item.
For one item of new business, thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye. This one resolution we have just changes the allocation of the funds for the aforementioned reason.
I'll move the item.
Second.
Moved and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
You have no item?
We have this issue with the sheriff's department, that we got the budget overages due to COVID-19 for, I think they had sent in, I think everybody got this. Did they not?
That's all we got.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, do we need to act on that?
Yes.
Did they make some corrections?
It was a different amount from
Yeah, I
what
thought-
was.
From what we,
Anyway, that, Joe, that's gonna be a budget deal, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we had the sheriff up.
Let me ask this question.
Do you?
Sir.
I have a question, Jimmy, when you finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this
We've
was,
seen several of
seen it?
those, and they've
Yeah,
got
we
different
got-
figures on it.
Angela
this is
hasn't seen
this
it.
is the original, this was,
This is the original.
yeah, this is what, you had originally asked us for a breakdown of what we were requesting, for that 500,000. That's the breakdown.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw that last meeting, it was carried over, and it's not appearing here, but I was gonna bring it up when we
All
talk
right,
about the
we'll
budget.
bring it up under.
Under five.
That's the
So-
details y'all requested.
that's the details that were requested.
So my question is, based on this item here, you saying that this is dealing with the decontamination?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the food items.
Okay, but I thought a couple of months ago, that we had this discussion, and at the time when Tony was here, he said that the funding was available, and that was the reason why we approved the contract.
They already spent that.
No, this is over that.
This is a
Over and
second.
above.
Okay.
This is a second amount of money.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
can you come over here so I can ask you?
Yes.
You so kind, thank you. So, this is for the upcoming budget?
No, this is
extra.
this is overage.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes, so this is,
This is for 1 month, right?
yeah, was actually,
500,000 for 1 month, that's what you're asking.
well, when we had started this, it was in August, so it was,
So 2 months.
Yes.
But here's my point. This overage that I'm saying, that
Yes.
you are requesting to be paid for, it's still not coming out of our operating budget. It is coming from COVID money, am I correct?
It would have to come out of our operating, and then we apply for rescue funds to.
So it's a reimbursable expense, right? Okay, I'm trying
I
to figure
think,
out.
I mean, you
So,
know,
yeah, it's a kind of a cash flow thing. We got to spend it first out of our account.
Right,
Then we'll send in reimbursement to FEMA, hopefully 100%, and it will be reimbursed.
This money right
So
here.
this is going to FEMA and not rescue.
That's right. That's what we feel like's the best plan. If FEMA falls through, then it's going to recovery.
so, well, hold on, let me finish my question now, I mean, if people can allow me to do that. Okay, so my question is, the funding source that you're talking about utilizing to pay for this is going to be out of FEMA money, is that right?
Initially, it's going to be out of general fund operating, because we got to write the check now. We'll take that check, the cash check, and the data that goes with it, send it into FEMA, they'll check it, and they'll send us a check back.
Here's what my question is. I'm trying to figure out why is FEMA the funding source that we would be utilizing for something that I perceive is related to COVID.
They set up some programs for, these direct expenses like this, and we want to try to utilize as much of that as we can, so we have more recovery money for other items.
Okay, so then that is basically a recommendation that you are making, is that right? Your
Yes,
office?
ma'am.
Okay, so then it doesn't appear that they're trying to make this recommendation, your office is making this recommendation, right?
Right.
So that being said, I thought the main discussion that we had is there were 4 areas of concern as it relates to the spread of COVID, and the jail being one of them. So I'm just interested in if we're only making the initial payment with the understanding it's a reimbursable expense. I'm just trying to figure out wherein lies the problem at this point.
They don't have it in their general fund at the sheriff's department. They don't have it in their cash flow. So we're gonna fund it from the general fund and then make the application to FEMA, which is another bucket other than CARES and rescue, and then be reimbursed to the general fund from that bucket.
No, I understood what I said. I don't think you understood.
There were also two different.
The point of the matter is
three different
there a
amounts.
problem? It shouldn't be a problem.
There were three
because you've
different amounts.
identified
Not a
how
problem,
you're gonna
it's
pay for it.
just an immediate need, and we're trying
Yeah.
to address it. That's the problem.
And it came up last time, the commission asked, when it came up last time too, Commissioner, the commission asked for kind of details of the 500, and that's what this is. They provided a breakdown of it, so we're right on schedule.
Can I submit this for new business while we're talking about it?
That's what I was getting ready to, just, I'm through with mine, so, and go to you.
All right.
Commissioner Knight, I think it's milling, is it not already on?
It's already on.
From
Oh,
last
it
week.
is.
I moved that.
It will be
Second.
on the agenda.
Is it on this agenda? Is it on this pre-commission?
We're talking about the carried over item from last commission meeting, correct?
Correct.
Yes, it will go on
Okay, I
the
got you,
commission
I got you.
agenda, it doesn't have to go to
Okay,
the committee.
all right,
agenda.
but now we got it all sorted out, so we're good to go. Thank you.
So it requires no action.
Correct.
No action today.
Okay, good
On
enough.
Thursday.
All right.
But it was a carryover. Okay.
From your last commission meeting.
All right.
Commissioner Knight.
All right. Ms. Dixon?
Good morning, Commissioners. Item number 1 is the unusual demand report. Item 2, 3, 4, purchasing agenda report, purchasing exception report, and the encumbrance report. Item 5, 6, and 7 relate to an RFP that was led, RFP 56-21. We received 4 responses from the RFP. Warren Averett, Carvings and Ingram, Banks, Finley and White, and Malden and Jenkins. The analysis of the proposals was reviewed by representatives from Environmental Services, Revenue, Finance, and Community Development, and facilitated by purchasing. All firms were allowed to make oral presentations on August the 9th and the 10th. The criteria used for evaluation included the mandatory elements of the RFP, their expertise and experience, the audit approach and plan, and the cost of the services. The recommendation that we have before us is to award the single audit to Warren Averett, which was our second bidder, second ranked bidder. Malden and Jenkins will be recommended for the main audit. And it is our assessment that using two firms will be beneficial for a number of reasons. It will allow Warren Averett to still be engaged with the county because they have had a lot of relationship as far as the operations of the county, and I think that will be instrumental as we move forward with our refinancing in 2023. And engaging multiple firms will also allow a level of flexibility and concurrence with the audit preparation. As far as the cost, Malden and Jenkins was the lowest bidder for all audits, but we do want to recommend that we use two audit firms. So those items are basically item 5, like I said, was the single audit to be awarded to Warren Averett. Item 6, Malden and Jenkins for the Jefferson County financial audit for the 3-year period, and Warren Averett for the CDBG monitoring for 3 years as well.
All right, I have 5, 6, and 7. Do I have a motion?
No, Mr. President,
So moved.
Mr. Chairman.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
And we have discussion.
Okay.
Have a second.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I asked the question, why was there no minority firm that was in this recommendation? Can you help me out, Ms. Dixon?
This was an RFP, and based on the rankings, they were not the 2 top firms, and so we went with the 2 firms and identified the reasoning for that. Malden Jenkins is the lowest bidder, and they have a lot of governmental experience. One of their partners is actually a GASB chairman, so I think we have a lot of flexibility as it relates to their expertise. Thanksgiving White was included as one of the bidders, but was not selected or recommended in this.
So, respectfully, Mr. Chairman, here's my concern. There was a lot of discussion as it relates to the last company that was just mentioned. And it was all over the changing of CFOs. And as a result, what happened was that you then had Averett doing majority, you had Banks, Finley, and White doing the lesser of the 2. Because I knew this was going to be on the agenda, I made an inquiry in terms of the lowest bid and some other things as well. And it was my understanding, based on how the RFP was presented, it was not a delineation, but that they went several $100,000 less just to be even afforded the opportunity. I just want to say for the record, I'm truly concerned that we do not have a minority firm involved in this project. I can speak with you a little bit more, Ms. Dixon, offline, my other concerns, but I just wanted to say that because it started out being, well, if you wait, by the former CFO, that if you wait, then you could have another opportunity in the following budget. Following budget comes, and then that gets to be an issue. This time, they're just totally removed. That concerns me.
I can't speak to what happened before, but last year, when we were having a discussion about audit firms, a recommendation was made that we do an RFP, and we have done that, and these are the results of that RFP.
So here's what I'd like, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to see the responses, and if you say that they're the lowest bidder, that's fine. I just want to see it in writing. because I think it's shameful the approach that we're taking. And I'm going to say this for the record moving forward. I'm going to just leave it at that. And you and I talk offline. But I am concerned about that. There's no way that we can continue to ignore the fact that we need to be more diversified. And here's an opportunity that we could have taken advantage of, even if they had the lesser of the two. Okay, even though my understanding that the RFP was not written as such.
No, the RFP was written where we were able to award based on individual bids. We received 4 proposals. 3 of the 4 proposals were broken down.
Well, all I'm going to say for the edification of the commission is the fact when you talk about government experience, they have had this contract for some years, just like Wayne Avery has, and they've had some other governmental experience. I don't understand it, and I hope that the commission will look further into this so that we are making the best selection. Thank you.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Yes.
Yes.
2, 3,
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Okay.
Under budget management, we have multiple staff development, individual staff development, and informational items.
Move the item.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Personnel, board, information only.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Developmental Services, Water Quality Analysis Service, Guardian Contract. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Morrison?
Yes, sir. Good morning. 2 beverage cases on the agenda. One of which we're going to have to pull. Case number 6, we're going to end up having to pull because there's a quirk with the zoning that was discovered. We've already sent notice to all property owners within 500 feet that one would be postponed because, again, the commission can't technically hear it if there's a conflict with the zoning.
That's
However,
item 3.
That's case number 6, B21-0006. I
that
apologize
the-
for that confusion. So.
Is that the Eastern Valley or the
Yes, sir.
Mount
That's the one on
Olive?
Eastern Valley.
Eastern Valley?
Yes, sir. If you remember, we passed that rezoning case with covenants, and one of those covenants would be
Yeah.
a gas station, convenience store, and restaurant only.
Yeah.
And because that covenant excludes the liquor store, they're going to have to actually go through a zoning change in order to get the beverage case. So that one, like I said, we're going to have to pull that case from the agenda. And again, that's our apologies for not discovering that sooner.
Where is that on Eastern Valley Road?
That's at Eastern Valley and Maxine.
Eastern Valley and Matashina.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now-
They can go to their job, when they leave the job, and get them some liquor. Right?
Or they could, contribute to the tax base of the county by purchasing some liquor. But the case that does remain on the agenda is out on Mount Olive Road. It's at the corner of Mount Olive and Avon Circle. This is a recently refurbished gas station that also has a restaurant, convenience store, all in one. And the applicant, who is actually the same property owner as the one that we're going to have to pull the call on, is just requesting to have one bay dedicated for a liquor store. Again, everything checks out with the zoning, as zoning requires that it be 1,000 feet from a church or school. And so in this instance, it does satisfy all of those requirements. The applicant's record does check out. There is no blemish or any sort of scar from the ABC board or any sort of arrest record. And like I said, that's just the nature of the request. It is a public hearing, as it is a new or a new trying to establish a new liquor store. So notice was sent out to all property owners within 1,000 feet on August the 25th.
Got any opposition?
Haven't heard anything so far.
B2000-0005. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it so we can vote on it.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, I have a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Being none, the have a district attorney, Pitney Bowes, letter folder. Didn't we do a bunch of these on the last commission meeting about letters? Do I have anybody from the DA's office on the line? I'm gonna check into this, but I'll move it. Do I have a motion to move it to the agenda?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Human Resources,
Move it.
I have a question about this, just from my own understanding.
What?
you have a question on?
Yes, on human
I
resources.
have a motion for the Hampton Inn and Suites in downtown Tutwiler. Do I have a second? Second. All right, Ms. Gales.
Yes, sir. What exactly does the commission do with this hotel? I mean, I see.
This is, I think, for the people that come here and do the job evaluations for.
People that do the assessments, that come in and do the assessments, and there's various positions come from other places, and this is accommodations for those subject matter experts and assessment personnel.
Okay, so we provide hospitality for them.
We provide a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
they travel well, eat good, so yeah. All right, that answers your question.
Yeah, I mean, well, it didn't have an amount by here, and I didn't know. And
It don't
so
make any
fine.
We have a-
But it's a 3-year agreement, so.
Based off candidates and assessment centers.
Do we have an idea of what the trend has been running over the last couple of years?
I'll get that for you, Commissioners.
Yeah. All right, have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, Personnel Board,
So move.
have a motion?
Second.
Have a question.
Have a motion and a second? Yes, ma'am.
So this too is a 3-year agreement with the personnel board. And so there's one diversified maintenance contract. I'd like to, can you, county attorney, explore that with me a little bit more?
No, ma'am, generally these are, because we kind of act as just like the personnel, or the personnel board. We just, these are for acknowledgement only, so.
Well, the reason why I say that is because seemingly we're struggling with the personnel board to get folk hired. And I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, I know it's for acknowledgement only, but I think we need to start having some serious discussions. And if this is not the item to do it, that's fine, but it's still a 3-year agreement.
Yeah, they got their separate boards and use their items and that kind of thing, so we don't have it.
Is this an expenditure per year? The 16,483, I would imagine, because it says FY22.
It would be one of, again, it would be one of what's approved off of that, so, I have to get into it.
Why do we have these on our agenda?
Because
we don't have any
because
say.
we act as their physical agent based on the way that's set up, so.
We pay it.
Some of the sheriff, so it just goes through, so nobody would say that it did not come through, and the commission was aware, but they have a separate.
Well, you know, they could do anything, they could say, hey, we're closing down North 20th Street, and then it comes to the commission, and you just said the commission to be aware, so, but we don't have any say.
It's only because we act as their physical agent, the way it's set up by statute, so the only way it would come before the body, you would be aware of it, that it's being done, is this is the way it's been set up, but again, it's by statute, it's not for anything other than, here it is in the record, this is how it was spent.
Okay. I guess I'm fine with that, it's just that if it comes through us, then as if we're doing it, that's what I'm saying, perception is.
Yeah, I think that's what it would be acknowledgement.
Well, they do kind of, less big and bold the acknowledgement on the agenda. Or maybe just use a separate page for acknowledgement, I don't know. We'll discuss that on another day. All right, hope everybody is refreshed from the big Labor Day holiday. Have a motion. Do I have a motion to acknowledge that we are acknowledging something that we do nothing about?
Acknowledge the acknowledgement.
Yeah. No motion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Millie. All right. All right, we still got, COVID is out there, and COVID is, it's kind of like the first time we went around, it's like, hey, you heard on the news that people are getting COVID, and COVID. Somebody that you know, that knows somebody that's got it, it kind of can keep getting closer and closer. So keep everybody in the prayers.
I guess some of us been touched by it, Commissioner.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right,
They're supposed to do a moment of silence for victims of COVID too.
12 o'clock. Yeah. Thank you
Just
for
saying to
remembering.
acknowledge.
Yeah, there will be a moment of silence at 12 o'clock today for victims of COVID. All right, I have a request. It's more of a technical thing, I think, but we have the tornado shelter funding in place. Now, all of that has not been used this year. So we need to roll that in to next year without having to kind of start all over. And I don't know exactly how we need to do that. Ms. Angela, can you help me with that?
And I would like to ask a question about that too.
All of the allocations are set aside based on either a contract
I
or
know,
a purchase
but
order.
some of them don't have contracts yet.
That's the only way that we have in place to be able to carry funds over through the contract roll process or the purchase orders. Absent that, it would have to be a commission action.
So the commission action would be what?
I think last year you all
To
did a budget
basically
amendment.
encumber the fund. run that
Well, you would
in.
do a budget amendment, or either we would probably change the allocation for this budget cycle to include the unspent dollars. But it'll be through budget commission action.
Right, I'm just looking for the vehicle to do it.
Yeah, I'm not able to do anything to roll it over independently unless we have a contract with a vendor being named,
Right.
or it would have to be through the budget process.
Commission by resolution should be able to do that.
What would be a budget amendment, is that what you're saying?
If it allows the budget office to make those, if there's something in there that allows us to do it, we can do it through that resolution.
Okay, well, we'll work on the resolution.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we have some, I think, a suite at the stadium, and there's 24 seats in there. We need to.
No, there's
talk
30
about-
seats.
Is there?
Yes, how many seats?
Yeah, and
We need to figure out how the allocation's
How many
gonna
seats?
be.
well,
Well, then that's only six, that's six per commissioner. I mean, it's
Well,
a
I know,
simple
but
math.
we got
The-
others in the
Who are
county
the others?
besides- Well, we got others in the county besides commissioners. It's a
Okay.
Jefferson County suite, so I don't know if any, Theo may want to know that, so.
Well, then I'm sure Theo can make a request through any commission.
Well, that's why I'm putting it out there. That's why just
How
think
many-
about it.
How many seats?
there's 30 in the box. The seats are allocated, and then there's a $20 handling fee to it. If you do it the way it's been done, it requires an individual to purchase
The ticket.
their tickets. Theo, did you follow up on any of that?
I did, I'm still looking, that was kind of later in the week, so I'm still looking at some ways to deal with that portion of it. Generally, that's correct, that you have to purchase a ticket now.
And the way that's handled in other areas is that each individual commissioner has the ability to buy what they want in it. And if, up to those 6 tickets, if Commissioner Scales wants 12 tickets to a ball game, and Commissioner Knight is not going, she purchased her additional tickets from Commissioner Knight, if indeed he has them available.
There'd
And
be a little bit of a surcharge on there.
it, you know, and that's how it's worked. And because the county can't purchase them because they are individual seats. And when Theo looks at it a little bit, and there's a couple of AG opinions on that too, that we have that we need to address. And my original question to Theo was, were we going to have any available to the employees based on what we've got, or whether we're going to be allocated all to the commissioners? And if Theo wants a ticket, he calls somebody that's not going. That's something.
Or if you did 2 per commissioner, that ends up being 10 tickets that would be available to any respective person of the county, and then commissioners would have access to 4. Everything is about availability. That's what it sounds like. And the ticket pricing would be based upon, if you go by the standards of the BJCC, then, you know, there is a particular price, which I will just tell you offline, that those seats would then go for, because they're government seats. So then therefore any member of the public or any employee would still be able to do that. And commissioners, they have 4 each. And then you have 10 seats available to be distributed for that purpose.
But these are tickets that are purchased.
I agree.
These are only UAB.
Right.
If there's a concert in the stadium,
Right.
that's handled separate. You would buy your tickets from your concert sponsor or Ticketmaster or BJCC or whatever. But the thing that we don't have is an initial point of contact for all of these different events. And really a procedure to do that. We need to work through and have a procedure that is clear and that everyone understands and that we can do it. Now, all the commissioners want to buy their all their tickets?
Yeah, I mean, that's the legal way to do it, but when you think that we can go county attorney through the same process of, you have the director of the BJCC, which I won't name him in this meeting, but everybody knows who that is. You go through their office, and since they are the actual owners outside of the name protective, but BJCC runs it. So therefore, if it's a concert or if it's an athletic event, it wouldn't matter.
To do it that way.
You going through them, you're not reinventing the wheel because it's already there.
But you have that majority that's available there that we need
If y'all give me,
a procedure.
I'll draft something for you all to review.
I'm good.
Yeah, I just think it ought to be either us or an employee. I'm not real sure about just having anybody in there. All right,
But do recognize it's a box seat, so when you start doing things like that, you know, we just have to make sure that we're not,
Can't take your spouse?
well, you can take whoever you want to take. Where I'm going with that is just be cautious of that we're not making any kind of separation of citizens. Who can be in a box? A box is just what it is. It's a box seat.
I'd be happy
With
to
the
draft
ticket.
something.
These are tickets. The box is a box, and it's handled separately. Whatever, these are the UAB season tickets that are allocated to Jefferson County for use in that particular facility. Now, if we don't sell but 5 of them, there's gonna be a lot of empty seats in there. So that's the, That's something to, just to look at. We'll see what we-
I'll get some.
Is that something that you're looking to be on the agenda soon, seeing that UAB has an upcoming game in October?
2nd, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. It's like, hey, we never really discussed the allocation of it, so let's try to get a handle on it so that we don't, if we have a ticket and we go out in the box and the box is crammed full of people, then what? You know, that's what I'm,
Usually the BJCC, who handles both of them, will monitor that and have someone at the door that,
yeah, and I guess you have to have some kind of ticket or
Credential.
something
Yeah,
to
ticket.
have the box.
yeah.
All right, Ms. Tyson, you said you had a question on a previous matter.
Yeah, I don't forget what it was.
All right,
It
she
took too
is.
long.
Took too long. All right, well, then we'll end
That
on-
ends you? All right. Commissioner Evans.
Good morning. I had two items under economic development. Both are our regular support of the Innovation Depot for the Velocity Accelerator and the BBA on their annual support as well.
And I have a question on that too.
I have a motion.
Second.
Second? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I wanted to know, because I know I see these two agencies coming up constantly. Birmingham Business Resource Center needed funding also. How do they go by include? They do the same thing, but to minority businesses. How do they go by getting? How can you skip them and you didn't get them?
They've never approached about any kind of support.
So they need support.
I'd be happy to talk to them.
Okay, but I want to know, will they be, because they are actually doing the same work, so I will set up a meeting with you with them.
Okay.
And I had said something to you about it last time when you gave Innovative Depot this money, and they were never contacted.
Where are they located, Commissioner?
In the downtown,
That's Bob.
Bob
Dickerson?
Dickerson, yes.
I was waiting on him to contact me.
Oh, yeah. He tried, but we will, I will make sure that
So let me
I
ask you-
have to go to the meeting too.
So let me ask this question, since we're talking about BBRC. They're in Innovation Depot. Are you aware of that?
No, no.
BBRC.
The office is.
So they have been around for quite some time. Let me ask this question, is between 250, 150, there's 350, $400,000 that I'm looking at right now. Do you know what the balance is in that account?
For
For the purpose of both of these contracts, obviously and you're talking about $400,000, is there an allocation or, threshold?
this is just the regular amounts that we've given to them over the last couple of years.
Okay, so is this for the upcoming budget? Or
No,
is
it's for this fiscal year.
Okay. So I'd be interested in if we could look at that, but I just want to bring to your attention that Innovation Depot, the BBRC is located.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
in there.
I actually have a meeting down there with.
Yeah, because I was going to say if perhaps if you have a meeting in between now and Thursday, maybe we can add some more money to this, and then that would address what we're talking
and
about.
not understanding everything about what they do and
Sure.
how they do it. There's in the next allocation or the next request with the BBA, there will probably be some requests made for what Prosper Birmingham is doing, what JW Carpenter's involved with, and I'll update. Oh my gosh.
You
I
talking
saw
about
the
the same person as with the Ed Foundation?
No, he left there.
Trying JW.
Yes. We can talk.
You so kind.
So,
But you know, the more you add on certain folks, and that's what's going to make me kind of go in a little bit harder. to
We'll
say,
get some
maybe-
information for next time. That's in the future. But
you're not saying that they're going to have to, Birmingham Business Resource Center will have to wait another year to apply?
No,
Is
ma'am.
that-
This is late coming for this year.
Uh-huh.
And so we can start, as the new fiscal year, we can start the conversations as early as next week when we talk about that. So we don't have to wait that long. Okay? Any other conversation? All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Information technology, ALDOT digital information cooperation, cooperative agreement. Is Sri on the line?
Good morning, Commissioner.
There he is.
This is an agreement we have with ALDOT for our GIS cooperative agreement, and it's a revenue generating agreement for us for $8,000.
Any questions?
I did have a question about it. It's not so much of the expenditure. Sri, if you can tell me exactly when we're talking about the digital information cooperative agreement, is that kind of like the digital billboards, like when they have different alerts that you see on the interstate?
No, Commissioners, this is for exclusive for the GIS data.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Okay. We have formed the GIS consortium, and as part of that consortium, ALDOT will be working with Jefferson County in terms of sharing that information, and will be providing funding for that.
So let me ask this question. What kind of information that you're sharing that you can say publicly? What you cannot say publicly is fine, but just, for public consumption.
Oh, it's all public information, Commissioner, and this is basically our GIS very specific, the parcel data that we'll be working on with imagery and all of that we are working with Jefferson County 911 and other constituencies in sharing that data.
Okay, so this will be used for public safety purposes?
Yes, that's correct.
And
Okay.
it's revenue.
Huh?
It's revenue, not expenditure.
Say it one more time.
Revenue. ALDOT's paying us.
I mean, that's fine, but I still want to know what it is.
I got you. All
If
right,
they're utilizing the service, we may be underbidding.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, that's all I have for
I have
this.
a question for, while Shree's on the line. It's the second time it's happened in about 6 weeks to where my phone goes offline on Friday. And I don't have any access to the county information. So would you check with my office again about that? See what the issue is? No, it's on the phone. It happened about 6 weeks ago, and there was something y'all did, and it readjusted and reset. So, okay. Mr. President.
You ready for me to do?
Commissioner Scale?
Oh, thank you. You ready for me to do my report? Okay. So we have two items, for Public Works, Community Services, and Intergovernmental Relations Committee. The first is with BH Craig Construction LLC, 2019 PS01. And this is a construction project that includes needed improvements for the sanitary sewer pump stations and the replacement of 1,660 feet of forced main sewer. As you can see, the contract term is for 1 year. We're looking at $191,417,370 is the original budget. The requested amount is $2,764,350. And so do we have any questions as it relates to that specific item?
I move 1 and 2.
Second.
Okay, if we have no questions regarding 1 and 2, we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, so those items pass. We have one project for District 1, which is City of Adamsville.
I'll move it.
Okay.
Second.
All right, it has been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, Cal, for that. We have no further report. Thank you.
Thank you. Phil? Anything?
No, sir, I think Commissioner Adams, the fact he wanted to go to the executive session to discuss property, sell the property. Other than that,
Okay.
Now,
Oh,
You got,
Yes, please.
you got something?
I'm just going to say, we're eagerly awaiting the final ruling from Treasury for the recovery money, so hopefully we can be going on that soon. I know everyone's ready to go. Also, we are working on a lot of projects, Commissioner Hammond's office and throughout the county for industrial recruitment. The county's growing, and it's really busy times, and appreciate Heather and David kind of constantly stopping and picking up a new project and keeping us going.
Appreciate that.
It's a good problem.
We do have a recommendation from our county attorney that we need to go into an executive session.
I need to discuss one more matter too. We
Okay.
don't have a budget for 2022. The next scheduled meeting is September 21st.
21st, 23rd.
I won't be here that week. So I would like to see if we can schedule a time that we can sit in here and discuss the budget amongst ourselves. And so that we can get this off of Angela's plate, she says.
We will, how about as we recess our Thursday commission meeting, we will get with Angela and,
I won't want to do that.
I won't be here.
you won't be here Thursday. Okay, well,
well,
let's just take time right now. And what day next week would all commissioners be available?
Well, then that means we also need to make sure we reconvene the meeting.
That's true.
Because it sounds like he's saying that the budget needs to be passed before the end of September.
That or, well, I'm just saying I won't be here that last week. But, I mean, we can do it the following.
When do we need to have the budget passed?
By
October 1.
Preferably by October 1, so that we don't have to just operate without a budget.
Yeah,
It doesn't look good.
We've never done that since we've been here. We're not gonna do
And we do have, to have some time to upload the budget so that we can operate, so.
Suggestion would be next week. What day would you be available, Hank?
I'm available.
All time?
How about Tuesday?
Clear my schedule.
I'm out
You're out?
Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday, what do you think?
Friday, Monday.
Are you okay?
What, for this week?
No, next
Next
week.
week.
Oh,
Wednesday,
next week,
Thursday.
yeah.
We have the
Thursday.
opening for the Hoover Police Department.
What
Grand
day?
opening
Yeah,
on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm good on Thursday.
10.
Thursday? Let's just plan Thursday then.
What time?
Up to you.
How about 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock Thursday morning.
So are we looking to recess,
Well, how they-
reconvene the meeting as well so that we can have an approved budget?
No. You
Well,
want
can
to
we
do
do that?
Can we
Have
do
our discussion, see if we can get it all labeled out and then pass it. That's okay.
You good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're good. That sounds like a plan.
Thursday, the 16th at 9 a.m.
Thursday, 16th, 9 a.m.
Okay. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you for our request.
All right, we have a recommendation
Thank you for listening.
from our county attorney that an executive session is needed pursuant to the proper Alabama code. And I ought to have that memorized by now, but I don't.
36, 25, 87.
Okay, there you go. Now, time and action.
Y'all driving me.
No action,
15 minutes.
15 minutes and no action taken. So this meeting is recessed to be adjourned at the end of the executive session. Okay?
I make a motion to move into executive session.
Move into executive session, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. So, thank you, everyone.